Are you listening? Damn.
Hey everyone, welcome to the Peak Podcast, a source of information, tools, tips, skills, lessons, stories, and mindset to help you reach your peak and beyond in fitness, relationships, your career, and so much more. Let's do this. Hello, is it me you're looking for? Episode 75 of the Peak Podcast. Hello, my name is Marco, and this is another episode of the Peak Podcast, number 75 to be exact, 075. And this podcast is called Persistence Greater Than Symbol Intensity. Oh, is greater than. Oh, I missed that. Right. No, persistence is greater than intensity. So today I wanted to talk about this one will be pretty short. Okay, so we'll be in and out pretty quick. All right, high fives all around, job done. Today I want to talk about how we think about how we should be training. Okay, versus how we actually should be training to get results. Okay, and again, it's in the title. I wanted to talk about how persistence is greater than intensity. So when we see training from people on social media, even from businesses that advertising their training, I've done this too, by the way. Everything looks intense, right? We've got some music, we've got things cut really nicely, we've got some angles. Everything just looks super high energy, right? Everything's full of energy, everyone looks pumped, everyone looks like they're doing amazing. And all of those people probably are doing amazing, especially with the music in the background. Everything looks better in slow motion. We all know this. Dave Chappelle told us this. Right? Many businesses have built their entire model on this super high energy, music blasting, right? High intensity interval training. That's the thing, because it burns max calories, man. That's what it's all about. It's just burning max calories, right? A lot of businesses have built their business model on this, right? Even the term high intensity interval training has to be like the last 5-10 years. I don't think people really use that term when I start training. I'll be real with you. Makes it sound like it's been ages. It's been about 13-14 years that I've been training. Okay, so it has been a while. I don't think people use that term really 14 years ago, 13 years ago. High intensity interval training. But here we are. And rightly so as well. It's fun. Right? It is that high energy, gets our heart rate up, makes you sweat. This is awesome. But as usual, dun, 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 there's a catch. Right. When we focus on intensity in training or in life, we focus on the high moments, right? The really cool, the really exciting, really tough moments, right? That's what's captured. That is what is sold, right? And these moments are definitely cool, right? I'm not saying they're not cool. I'm not saying that high intensity, high energy is a bad thing, but I'm not saying that, right? It's definitely required for a lot of people, right? You have to bring some intensity, right? But it also hides the fact that results take a lot of persistence, right? So it's and this is the sprint versus marathon kind of analogy, right? Your health is genuinely a marathon. You're going to be training for a long time. Even fitness, which I see as a performance thing, there's really no point to do it for a short period of time, right? A lot of people maybe get into fitness comps and try it once, I guess, or, maybe try a CrossFit competition once, maybe, or even something like a Spartan race, just to try it out. People could do that, but for a lot of people, they want to perform on a day, but then also perform again and again, right? Later, sometime later, right? So there's not much point in just doing something short, right? But the way we do training a lot of the time is it's just trying to go as balls to the wall as possible all the time. This isn't a bad thing, aside from the fact that the body doesn't really like it. And that doesn't get results, especially if you go really high intensity for 3 months, awesome, and then burn out. Right. To get results, you need a lot of persistence. You need boring, almost mind-numbing consistency. You need to be training for months/years, right? That's what you need to do. And the way we're sold is like this really high energy training, this real high intensity, a lot of maximum effort. But maximum effort for a short time is just not going to get you results. Some people can actually do this kind of high intensity training like all the time, but that's, again, a small percentage of people. So when it comes to your fitness, your health, would it be better to take things a little slower and develop the habits required to get results that you can keep for a long term? Again, some people can actually go balls to the wall all the time. I'd say that's a pretty small percentage. I would say that's less than 5%. Not only that, I would say that most people need to build towards that. So again, it is this idea of consistency or persistence. People probably need to be doing CrossFit for a while before they can go to the CrossFit Games. That seems pretty logical. But everyone's starting thinking they can get to the CrossFit Games, right? That's what it's kind of sold on. That's the intensity of it. But really, what you need is a persistence, right? That's what you need to focus on. Just doing it over and over again, right? It's almost boring, right? It's basically boring, right? So the idea is that we just need to focus on being consistent, persistent, right? We just need to keep showing up, and that is going to get us, one, is going to get more likely to get us results, but two, more likely to help us keep results, okay? It would be probably better for a lot of people to just not try and crush themselves all the time and to follow a plan that keeps them consistent and performing at a high level week in, week out. This doesn't mean that you don't throw down now and then, right? This doesn't mean that you don't push hard now and then. It doesn't mean that you don't, get to that area of fatigue, but you need to build up to the maxing out all the time. And even then, a lot of people wouldn't do it, right? Even a lot of the top athletes, because CrossFit's a great example, a lot of the top athletes would have big sections of their year where they're cruising, or at least cruising compared to where they want to perform on the big stage, right? And some of them might actually just take time off to let the body rest, right? But that's planned, okay? This is about persistence. They want to do it for a long time and then ramp it up when needed. What we're doing is, for a lot of people, and not, by the way, not just CrossFit. I say CrossFit because during the games, that's the craziest shit. But there are like training methods, just like this high intensity interval training. Like just people are going ham at it all the time, right? And that's not even CrossFit. That is all types of training, right? Even bodybuilders, right? A lot of them just going ham all the time. Well, a lot of them are on, whatever, so they can. And for the rest of us, well, it's not the best idea. Right? So, the point of this podcast is you need to be persistent. You need to be consistent. You just need to keep showing up over and over again. If the session's not the best, and by the way, I'd say that 30% of my sessions are shithouse, right? But I keep turning up, and I usually, most of the time, I'll finish the session just because. Not the best session. Didn't break any records, or rarely break any records, but I still showed up, right? And that's what you need to do. You just need to be persistent, consistent. Just keep showing up. Even if it's not 100% of what you can do, even if it's 80%, right, and you're doing things with perfect form, it sets you up for another day, another training session later on. So, that's it, episode 075. Persistence greater than symbol intensity. That is it. If you enjoyed this podcast, please give it a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts. That would be awesome, because then other people get to see it. And then we can all high-five each other and be like, how cool is that dude? And if you didn't like it, I don't know, let me know why, right? Let me know how I can improve. Maybe you'll just tell me to shut up. And with that, I say goodbye.